Hi guys! Today I'm thinking about how much money is required in a workplace pension for you to retire at the earliest opportunity at age 57, which is the access age from 2028. The spreadsheet shows how much income can be expected per month from sizes of pension pot ranging from £100,000 to £1 million. There is also an option to take a lump sum of 25%, but the spreadsheet shows figures without taking the lump sum. The figures are based on a 4% withdrawal rate, which is considered to be a withdrawal rate which in theory could be sustained without reducing the principal value of the pension. Bearing in mind that any amount higher than £12,570 per year is taxed based on the relevant income tax brackets. The table shows the amount of income you can expect after tax, assuming you do not have any other sources of income and are trying to live off the pension income alone. Of course, the benefit of a pension is that it can be passed on to your children by completing a nomination of beneficiary form. Annuities are a little different, as the default position is that they cannot be passed on to your children. That is why the income can seem higher, so we need to use caution when selecting the product. So just on the spreadsheet here, in the first column we've got the pension pot size. So this is without taking the 25% lump sum. So with a pension pot of £100,000 and a 4% withdrawal rate, we can expect an income of 333.33 in pounds per month, which has zero tax because we're below the personal tax threshold of £12,570. So we are left with the same amount of money that we started with, as there's no tax. So with an annuity that's taken out at the age of 57, we could expect an income of around £500 per month, which again would have no tax on this level of income. So when we get to a pension pot of £200,000, our monthly payment would be doubled. But again, there'd be no tax, as we're still below the personal threshold. So we still have the same amount of money that we started with. And with an annuity, we would expect an income of £1,000 per month, and we would still have that level of income, as we've got no tax. So when we get to a pension pot of £300,000, with our 4% withdrawal rate, we have an income of £1,000 per month. So looking at retirement.org, the cost of living for a single retired person as a minimum is £1,116 per month. So on this level of income, we still pay no tax, as we're still below the personal tax threshold. So we still have our £1,000 per month left over. And from the annuity, we would expect an income of £1,625 per month. But because this level of income is above the personal tax threshold, we start paying tax on it. So we are left with 1433.33. And at £400,000, we can expect a payment of 1333.33 per month, which is taxed to the tune of 77.17. So we are left with 1256.17. And with the annuity, we get 2166.67 per month. And we are left with 1794.58 due to the tax. So the columns highlighted in green are where our level of income after tax are higher than the recommended payment per month to live off. So in theory, we could retire as a single person off a pension pot of £400,000 or anything above it. And with the annuity, we could retire with a pension pot of £300,000 or anything above it. And this is what we would be left with after tax. So the outcome is that it should be possible for a single person to retire on a workplace pension pot at £400,000 at age 57, or on a pot of £300,000 when selecting an annuity, even after the taxman has got his hands on it. Of course, if you wanted to avoid tax on the income from your workplace pension, you could try to run the income at a lower level than £104,750 per month to stay below the £12,570 per year threshold. But that would be a thrifty retirement. Okay guys, that was how much money is required in a workplace pension to retire at the access age. I'll see you on the next one.